Hi, viewers. I hope you are enjoying wherever you are. And as you enjoy, let me take this minute to welcome you to my show. Today, we are going to talk about a very intriguing, or rather, a pertinent subject. But before we delve into the topic of discussion, let me take this moment to thank you for watching, for subscribing, for liking, and for sharing. And secondly, before we kick off, we have a guest that I'll give a few minutes to introduce himself. The floor is yours.
Hello, our audience. My good name is Moses Maina. I'm a student of life, an entrepreneur, and I'm extremely passionate about economic empowerment. I'm really excited to be on this show, and thank you, Elka, for giving me a chance to sit here with you.
Perfect. So today we are going to talk about the Kenyan education system. This is a very intriguing subject, as I said, and it's a pertinent topic that we should discuss because it affects each and every one of us. So, direct to what we're supposed to discuss, Moses, the Kenyan system. I've heard people say Kenya is one of the countries with the best education system, but the education system we have, is it really preparing us enough to face the world? And this is in the context of 844 system.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. As you say, many people, and even reading different articles, they refer to the fact that Kenya has the best education system in Africa.
Yeah.
In East Africa, Kenya is ranked to be having the best.
Yeah.
But looking at what the economy requires at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
I think many of the issues that are being covered in the syllabus have been overtaken by time.
Okay.
So we would realize that yes, there are many things we learn from when we kickstart going to school until when we go to a university,
Mm-hmm.
but many of the things are not really relevant within now the employment world.
Mm-hmm.
And even those of us who are working within the entrepreneurial world, many of the graduates who come out of the different universities really struggle really to be able to join any employment opportunities, catch up, and start impacting positively
Mm-hmm.
in the different roles that they're employed to serve.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I think there are a couple of gaps that need to be addressed to ensure that the education meets the current needs in the market.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you talk about the education, there's need for a paradigm shift from what we've been learning to something new. But looking back, I think there is a time where there were topics like agriculture,
Mhm.
art and craft. Do you think we are moving towards this with the current CBC? I know
Mhm.
there is the CBC
Mhm.
system that has been introduced, although it has faced a lot of,
Mhm.
would I say, rebellion, or people are really criticizing it?
Mhm.
Do you think we are heading towards the right direction?
Yeah, I think since independence, our
Mm-hmm.
education system we had one curriculum from independence to about 1985,
Yeah.
when we had the first paradigm shift in terms of the curriculum, and we kickstarted the 844 system.
Mm-hmm.
From 1985 to maybe 2 years ago, when the CBC discussion started,
Mm-hmm.
you'd realize that it's 32 years actually.
Yeah.
So those 32 years, it's quite a long period of time to really, because there are a lot of dynamics happening in today's life.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is changing, engineering aspects are changing, life in totality, and even in social aspects is changing.
Yeah.
So the issues that we've been covering with a syllabus that was introduced from 1985
Mm-hmm.
can't really meet the needs of the current world.
Mm-hmm.
CBC, the competence-based curriculum,
Yeah.
comes in to reintroduce some of the issues that we were covering before. Subjects like agriculture, art and craft, which were
Music. Uh-huh.
music,
Mm-hmm.
home science, which
Mm-hmm.
were a bit more technical and skill-based.
Yeah.
You'd realize that in the last 10 or so years,
Mm-hmm.
the middle level vocational colleges,
Mm-hmm.
the polytechnics,
Mm-hmm.
were slowly dying off.
Yeah.
So majority of the people from high school, you go to university.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have, our economy didn't have people with technical skills, people who had gone to polytechnics, people who had gone to vocational colleges to learn plumbing, electrical courses. So we have people who are extremely theoretical and who can serve the current economy. Yes, but I think that with the birth of CBC, the different aspects that are good, it brings in the practical subjects. They have they're really focusing on technology, so that people from a very younger age are able to really cover technology aspects, and they grow up being prepared to compete globally from a technological perspective. This would enable them to even innovate. Secondly, CBC brings the issue of you study what you are, the area you are talented in. Before, all of us, you finish high school, and then the Joint Admission Board, which is the body that gives courses to university students, they give you any course. So some of us, you end up doing a course that you never really wanted to do. So you become an expert in an area you don't like. So CBC provides an opportunity for people to select subjects they are talented in. So we get professionals who like and are passionate about areas they have studied. That's the advantage of CBC. But on the flip side, as you said, we've had many complaints. Parents have not really been allowed to participate in the process. So the Ministry of Education and the government in entirety, I think at some point they were under pressure. The many graduates, they don't have jobs. There are many organizations led by the Federation of Kenya Employers, which I think in the last 2-3 years, most of their researchers, they have indicated that most of the graduates don't have skills. So out of this pressure, government really wanted to repeal the old system and bring in the CBC. But unfortunately, out of that speed, they didn't allow people to participate in the process and share their views.
So it was not a wholesome approach.
Yes, so lack of participation in the process, parents were not well involved in the process. The Union of Teachers, we've had NAT complaining here and there, even the preparation of the teachers. So most of the teachers we have were trained to cover the 844 system. So the new CBC, majority of them have not really been adequately prepared. So a couple of gaps in the process, but I think what is important as of now, they have already started testing it out. We need to find a way, how do we, with all these mistakes that have happened, how do we balance out and still proceed? Yes.
Now, you talked about the CBC being, it is not ideal per se, but it is a good system that is coming in place. But it is just a new baby in town, and we already have graduates that you talked about. How do we change the mindset of these graduates so that these skills that are being applied to the within the CBC curriculum, they can also get these skills. They can also get these skills to prepare them for the job markets and not really focus on the white collar jobs. Like there needs to be a change, a mindset change. In the sense that we are not just focusing on getting an employment in a certain office setting, but we have other skills that we can use to earn a living.
I think this is a fundamental question. Looking at any country that intends to develop economically requires to ensure that it has working education system, and any government requires to invest as much as it can within the education sector to ensure that the products that come out of the system are able to be injected into the economy and become productive. So we have got so many graduates, and in Kenya, I think every year we have about 10 graduates graduating every year. So 10,000, I mean, 10,000 people graduating from different colleges. With an economy that is not creating employment, there is a big problem. It is true that majority of these graduates do not have the technical skills to really provide or to add value to the different organizations that might absorb them. So this adds the cost of doing business. Because as an entrepreneur, if I hire a HR person fresh from the university, I'll be forced to invest more money in to train this person. So that adds the cost of doing business. It becomes very complicated, and these organizations, the employers will not be willing to really employ these people. They would want to go for people who have been out here for some time and experienced.
Yeah.
My take on what the graduates we have should do is, okay, it is too late to change what we have. They have already gone through the system. We can't take them back.
Yeah.
But if I know that, yes, I'm a graduate, but I do not possess the technical skills required to be able to get there, out there, and be employed, people need to read.
Yeah.
We need to look for attachments. And many young people, they're fresh from university. They don't want to do internships.
Yeah.
They don't want to do to volunteer in different organizations for free. They want from graduation, you want to earn 100,000 shillings.
Easy money.
Which doesn't work like that. So good things take time.
Yeah.
If I know I am extremely theoretical in my profession, I would volunteer my time 1 year, 6 months to acquire the practical skills.
Yes.
So that I become marketable and employable. So for me, the advice I would give to young people out there looking for employment is get out there, knock on different doors, look for opportunities to volunteer.
Yes.
If you volunteer in an organization for 6 months, for 1 year, and you are able to really learn, ask as many questions as possible, try different things, in a span of 1 year, then you would have acquired some practical skills that you can now take them to a different organization as an employee, and then start small. Yes.
Okay, that was so resourceful. Discussion. So viewers, do not move away. We are taking a short break and we will be back. So stay locked. Hey viewers, we are back. Welcome as we continue discussing this pertinent topic of our current education system. There was something you touched on our graduates not willing to be interns or to volunteer in organizations because they just want quick money. Yeah, I would like you to advise our graduates if they were to get the practical skills and know what the employers want in the field. How are they supposed to go about it?
Okay, like I had already mentioned earlier, majority of the graduates would want, fresh from university, they become the project manager, the program manager, they want to become the country directors. Not knowing that the current country directors we see have taken some professional journey.
Yes.
Good things take time. So my advice to the young people, the young graduates who are coming fresh from university is, the professional world is extremely competitive. Nobody will just hire you because you have a first class.
Yes.
There are so many useless first class graduates out here. So for me, with your good and beautiful papers, look out for organizations that are able to give you volunteering opportunities.
Yes.
Internship opportunities, so that you spend there your 6 months or 1 year, they will not pay you.
Yeah.
But the advantage is that you'd be gaining skills that you haven't gotten in school.
Yeah.
So when you're at the university, you are paying school fees. You're working in someone's organization, they have given you a free opportunity, and you're complaining you're not being paid.
Yeah.
So it is the same way, the skills that you are not able to gain in the university or whichever college, you are gaining them here. In fact, you should be paying them.
Yeah.
So for me, I would go out there, learn the skills, acquire the practical skills, and become marketable. Once I'm marketable, opportunities would now come.
Yeah, they'll present
when you
themselves.
attend the different, I've been lucky to be part of different interviewing panels, and I would tell you for free, many of the young people I have interviewed and sat in different interviewing panels, you'd listen to them and you'd be surprised. Most of our schools have taught our students to excel in exams, but the world is not about passing or failing exams.
Yeah.
The life requires more than an exam. So how our graduates have been wired is, you need to go to school, study hard, pass exams,
Get straight A's.
get straight
That is
A's.
it.
So someone
Yeah.
comes to an interview panel, you look at the papers, they are nice,
Yeah.
ask them to open their mouth. You listen to what they're talking about, you cannot be able to link the academic papers and the intellectual capacity of this person.
Yeah.
So there is a huge disconnect.
Yeah.
So let guys out there go look for volunteering opportunities, internships, and people need to go for attachments. When at some point it was mandatory that for you to finish your degree course, you need to go for an attachment for 3 months.
Yeah.
I think many of the universities have made it optional. It happens, especially these public universities, or people even pay, and someone does something, they don't finish the attachment process.
A letter of recommendation, and that's
not
it.
knowing that digging their own graves.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Yeah, that's I think the way you said it should be mandatory, and that okay, the university I studied, the Technical University of Kenya, you had to have done an internship. Okay, a minimum of one, but some of us did two. And I would say it freely to all the graduates that it is because of the internships I did and because of the volunteering opportunity I had with a certain organization. And really, it was just an online volunteering that landed me the current job I'm in. So graduates, you had whatever our guest said, that you have to volunteer out there, you have to intern, you have to look for attachments. And let us change from this idea that I have to go to school, I have to get straight A's, I have to get a first class honors. Yes, a first class honors will award you a scholarship opportunity, but there is more to life or to your professional career more than just getting straight A's. And another thing I would say, I think we need to focus so much on these soft skills and hard skills. Skills like communication skills. You said someone comes to the table, they have all the papers, but they can't express themselves. That is the number one thing, in fact, the employee will look at. Can you express yourself? Can you go out there and market the organization you're working for? So that is something you have to look into as our viewers and graduates. Then there is something I'd also want you to talk about and advise our viewers. This idea that you have just finished your undergraduate and then you go straight and enroll for your master's degree. After your master's degree, you go straight and enroll for your PhD. Is that an ideal situation, really?
So, we are a country that appreciates mediocrity. And we celebrate mediocrity to an extent that many of us, okay, it's not really our problem. When we were still young, just in lower primary and in getting to do our KCP exams and early years of high school, many people were asking you, what do you want to become when you grow up?
An engineer.
An engineer, doctor, teacher, a lawyer.
Yeah.
But then, all of us, despite your talent, we were studying the same things.
Yeah.
So you do the same things. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a thief, whatever you want to be, you're studying the same things. By the time you finish high school, you go to the Joint Admissions Board and you prioritize the rankings of courses. So in many occasions, I have seen many people, you have selected 3 main courses.
Yeah.
Joint Admissions Board, in their own wisdom or otherwise, they give you a course you've never applied for. So many people, I would say 50% of the graduates in the country have not really done the courses they applied for.
Yeah.
So you've done course XYZ, which is not what you wanted to do. From doing a wrong course at undergraduate level, then using that course as your foundation, you jump into doing masters.
Yeah.
You shoot yourself in the arm for a second time. After that, you enroll and start doing a PhD. My take would be slightly different. There is nobody who's closing down universities. Lecturers are not dying. All these learning institutions are still there.
Yeah.
If we want to really study and become grounded as intellectuals, I would take some time. After I finish my undergraduate degree, I would take a break. Gain practical experience out here.
True.
Because on the ground, things are different.
Yeah.
Learn a bit and learn how to really put the theoretical knowledge I've gained from school into practice. After I finish that, I really explore the market and understand what does the market require me to have in terms of knowledge to advance my professional aspirations. So that my choice of a master's degree is demand driven, not supply driven.
Yeah.
So when I look at the different courses people do as an entrepreneur, there are only two ways. You either make a decision to take a master's course. For example, you want to do, for example, finance, become finance as your master's course. You're doing MBA, for example. Is it supply driven because University of Nairobi has advertised, so you want to take it, or is it something that you have checked in the market and it is a requirement by the market? So demand is pushing you. So I would say, let graduates be patient, gain some skills, understand what they love, what they're passionate about. You might have done your undergraduate, for example, a civil engineer. You realize after trying to practice out here, it's not your thing. Then you want to shift into something different. But in the event, from university, you had already gone to do a master's in civil engineering. You are 40 years, and then you realize, this is not what I wanted to do. Or this thing can't really work out here. So for me, let us be patient. Nobody is burning down universities. Finish your undergraduate, go out there, test the knowledge you have acquired. Take 2-3 years. After that, you would understand the market dynamics, select a course that is going to meet a need in the market. Do your master's, test that knowledge first, see how it works, then proceed to a PhD. On the flip side, there's another challenge, which is academic peer pressure. Many of us, there is this nonsense that all my friends are doing their masters. So and so is at your end doing MBA. So and so has gone to USIU. Never be pressured. Take time.
Run your race.
Run your race. So majority of us are joining master's courses to please the world, to please a Facebook fans, which really doesn't add value to our professional lives.
I'll add no more to that. You've said everything, except that what I'll emphasize on, can we parents stop pressurizing kids? Like you see, the moment you start comparing kids, that you have to be like so and so, you have to be position one like so and so, you are interfering with the self-esteem of that child. Look at that child, what they are best at, nurture it, and that is what they will run with. So thank you so much, Mr. Moses.
Thank you
for accepting to be here. That was very resourceful. It was very insightful. And thank you, viewers, for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe, to like, and share. Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.